So this is just a quick demonstration on how you can use brushes in Illustrator and create some really interesting effects. So I'm going to tear out our brushes panel for this, and I'm also going to pull out my swatches panel just so we have both of those handy. Alright, so the brush, paintbrush tool, keyboard shortcut B. When you brush, you are brushing with a stroke only, so you don't need to worry about your fill. You can change that up here by dropping down, selecting a color, or in your swatches panel by making sure that the stroke is pulled forward and then selecting your new stroke color. Strokes also have a weight, so you can change the weight of your stroke. You can change your width profile, and you can change your brush definition here as well as here. And these are recently used and default brushes. To open additional brushes, you use the flyout menu of the brushes panel, and you can open brush libraries. So you have all kinds of different brushes available. Create borders, bristles, decorative. And as you go through, you can see you have all sorts of variety. So let's open a couple of different ones. We're going to open the chalk and charcoal. And if I have this open, one of my brush libraries, I can use my arrow and just arrow through some of the different brush options. So that's actually what we're going to do, is we're going to open this first one and just kind of arrow through to experiment with things. So note, you also have opacity that you can brush with, and different styles you can set. So let's just choose this one, and I am going to pick a larger brush so we can see some of the differences. So that's that brush at 7 point. That's that brush at 1 point. And that's that brush at 1 point. So you can see different brushes give you different appearances, give you different looks. So what are brushes good for? Obviously, if you're painting, if you're doing some illustration, brushes add great detail. You can also use them as decorative devices in some of your designs that can be relatively interesting. Something to keep in mind, and we're going to go over to watercolor for this, is since brushes are really just applying a stroke, you can create a, say, rectangle shape, and to that stroke apply a different brush. So brushes can be applied to shapes as well as just freehand brushing. But that's just some simple, useful tricks for using brushes.